Thanks for joining us. Our guest is Chance McGhee. He's one of the top-notch bankruptcy attorneys here in San Antonio. He's been in law for over 20 years, has helped 1,000 families through the bankruptcy process. His office is located at 8207 Callahan Road. He had a BBA from the University of Texas at Austin, and he got a law degree locally here at St. Mary's Law. And you can look up more information about him at chancemcghee.com, chancemcgheelaw.com. Sorry about that.
And McGhee is spelled with an H.
McGhee is spelled with an H.
With an H.
Absolutely, got that. He's one of the top bankruptcy attorneys in San Antonio, Mr. Chance McGhee. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
So me and Bob were, yeah, absolutely. Me and Bob were talking about how cool your name is, dude. Like Chance might be the coolest name ever. I think it would have helped me out in dating when I was. I mean, you got to take a chance.
You got to take a chance on Chance.
It's actually.
I like the time.
My dad heard the name in a John Wayne movie, Rio Bravo. He was Sheriff Chance and
Rio Bravo with Dean Martin.
Exactly.
Wow.
I know the movie.
So I was
it was subtitled.
I don't know.
It was subtitled.
It's one of the things that I just know everything, and I like the tie, and I feel like I should have worn a tie now.
Yeah.
I would have dressed more casual, but I have a couple of hearings in about an hour.
But I only do clip-on ties, and I didn't want to get caught.
Yeah. You could have just flopped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's never good. So, Chance, I know you've handled 1,000 bankruptcies. Why did you choose this specialization in law?
Well, yeah, I didn't go to law school and think, oh, I'm going to be a bankruptcy attorney.
Sure.
It just, the gentleman I started clerking for, my mentor when I was in law school, happened to practice bankruptcy. And it was a natural fit for me because my undergrad at UT was, I had a lot of accounting and business management. And,
sure.
And so I started practicing it as a law clerk, and then I started taking bankruptcy courses while I was in law school, and then I just enjoyed it, and I really enjoy, I get satisfaction out of helping people save their homes and trying to get a fresh start.
That's awesome. And what are the most common reasons that families turn to bankruptcy as an option?
Well, the primary cases that I handle are saving people's homes from foreclosure.
Sure.
And the other reasons are, they just get in over their heads. Life happens.
Right.
They have a medical tragedy, drowning in medical debt.
Sure.
They lose a job and they run up their credit cards.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately. And so I just try to help people, get back on their feet and get a fresh start.
Sure.
Chance, can you go into a little bit on the differences between Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy filings?
They are completely different chapters. Chapter 7 is the fresh start filing. You're in and out generally in 3 months from the date of filing to the date of your discharge order. The process time is about 3 months. And a typical Chapter 7, someone comes to me and, a lot of times they're current on their house, current on their vehicles, but they're drowning in unsecured debt. Mm-hmm. They have $100,000 in medical bills or $50,000 in credit card debt, and they're robbing Peter to pay Paul to try to pay those debts, and they're just not making it. They're drowning. So I file Chapter 7. They reaffirm and keep paying on their house and their cars, and then we wipe away all the unsecured debt, and they get a fresh start.
So they just kind of focus on their house, on the bigger purchases, like their vehicles and their homes,
right,
and you kind of take care of the rest.
Right.
And that's 7.
Yeah, that's the Chapter 7. Now, Chapter 13 is a different animal. Chapter 13 is the primary reason I filed Chapter 13 is to stop people's homes from foreclosure.
Sure.
Foreclosure said, you guys know, the first Tuesday of every month in the state of Texas, rain or shine or holiday, doesn't matter. Homes are posted for foreclosure. And I filed Chapter 13 to stop foreclosures. And then in Chapter 13, it's whenever you file bankruptcy, it stops everything.
Right.
Even IRS. IRS has to stop collecting.
Okay.
And when you file Chapter 13, the creditors get notice of the 13. They file claims that get paid in a 3 to 5 year plan.
Right.
And they get paid in different categories. They're either a secured creditor, a priority creditor like IRS child support,
right,
or unsecured debt like medical bills and credit cards. And you propose a plan, as a debtor, and the plan gets, the creditors file claims, and you develop a plan. You propose a plan payment where every month you pay a Chapter 13 trustee,
mm-hmm,
and then the plan gets confirmed with the court, and the trustee pays the claims through a plan over 3 to 5 years.
Gotcha. If you're just joining us, this is Bobby and JJ Radio. We're talking with Chance McGhee, Powerhouse Attorney, and he's going over the difference between Chapter 7 and 13 bankruptcy. So I know that you said, what's the time frame for the Chapter 13?
It's generally a 3 to 5 year plan.
3 to 5 years.
Yeah, you're actually in a plan paying a Chapter 13 trustee who's appointed to your case. And we have one Chapter 13 trustee here in town,
Sure.
and for San Antonio and the surrounding area. And
That seems kind of low.
Mhm.
There's only one?
there's one trustee that handles the San Antonio area. She maintains about 7,000 cases. She has a very large
What happens
staff.
if she gets sick? Is there stand-in?
They have staff.
stunt double?
She has staff attorneys that work under her. She has three staff attorneys.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let me ask, when do you recommend that one of your clients does work with a short sale, does do a short sale?
Okay. The man, the myth, the legend here, Josh Boggs, next to me. I tell you, I'll give you an example. I just had one. Chapter 7. The lady, her house is underwater. She's going to move. She's left the house. She's been trying to sell the house to no avail. And, you know, she's filing a Chapter 7. I'm going to wipe all the liability away in the Chapter 7. She's going to get her discharge. But, you know, she doesn't necessarily also want a foreclosure on her record.
Sure.
And so whenever I have situations like that, I send them to Josh. And I tell you, he works miracles. He not only finds a way to sell the home on a short sale, but actually sometimes he puts some money in their pocket.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
on the Chapter 7, because you've kind of wiped out all the other stuff besides the home and the auto, and that's kind of...
Well, and I can even wipe away the liability on the home and an auto.
Right.
Let's say they're going through a divorce and they just want to walk away from all the debt and
Sure.
start completely fresh. I mean, you can wipe the way on. When you're in a Chapter 7, you have a period of 45. 1 month after you file, you go to a meeting with the Chapter 7 trustee, and then 45 days after that date, you have a window about a month and 45 days where you choose to reaffirm debts or not reaffirm them.
Okay,
And
what is reaffirming?
Reaffirm is you sign an agreement with the creditor, your attorney, and the debtor, the person filing the Chapter 7. It's an agreement to reaffirm the contract that you already had with them.
Okay.
But it's subject to the approval of court too. If the bankruptcy judge looks at it and thinks that, hey, Chance, what are you doing? This is stupid. You shouldn't be doing this. He can set a hearing and either approve it or not approve it.
And then you would have to adjust accordingly to whatever
Right.
the judge wants. So, you said the time frame could be 3 to 5 years on a 13, right? And generally, right? And also, why you recommend a short sale is because a foreclosure stays on the record a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, up to 10 years, right? 7 to 10 years.
How long is a short sale?
No, a foreclosure will stay on someone's record for...
What about a short sale?
Well, short sale is, if it's accomplished, then it's done.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah,
it actually gets listed on the credit report as paid.
So other than having a foreclosure on your record, what's some of the other benefits of going that route of doing a short sale?
I mean the benefit is let's say you have a VA loan.
Mm-hmm.
You have a VA loan or an FHA loan, and it gets foreclosed on, and you've lost that VA loan. You do a short sale a lot, and then you become eligible again. You get back on your feet. You're doing well financially and down the road, and you can buy another home and use the VA.
So you don't have to join the military again, get your VA. You got to go through boot camp again, right?
Work at Old Navy. If you're just joining us, you're listening to Bobby and JJ Radio. We've been talking to Chance McGhee, powerhouse attorney that works with bankruptcies. He's been breaking down the difference between Chapter 7 and 13 and all these other...
Where'd you come up with powerhouse attorney?
We watch Suits.
I help the little guy, man.
I watch a lot of TV.
Powerhouse attorney.
I saw you doing push-ups in the lobby, and I was like...
I honestly can't handle the truth.
He's pretty built, though. I mean, you gotta give him that.
So besides bankruptcy, what else does your law firm? What other specializations do you do?
Honestly, bankruptcy is 99% of what I do.
This is kind of your niche.
That's what I've been doing for 20 years, and that's what I do.
So if I get a parking ticket, I'm not calling you, right?
You can call me, and I will refer you to someone who can help you.
Okay, great. So what is the best way for your listeners to reach you if they do have bankruptcy needs, if they need to get a hold of Chance McGhee with an H?
But my phone number is 210-342-3400. But the best way to go out and read about it is my website, www.chancemcgheelaw.com, and McGhee is spelled McGhee.
G-H-E-E.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
G-E-E.
ChanceMcGheeLaw.com.
So
Yeah, I get that misspelled a lot.
do you have any good stories where you had a client that just was considering Chapter 7 and not doing a short sale, and you kind of, pushed them in the right direction?
Okay, one more time.
So
What's the question?
you had a client that was, going through Chapter 7,
Okay.
and you told me, you were talking in the green room, you said there's sometimes that they just kind of want to let the property go. They just
Josh and I are working with a lady right now that unfortunately, some of my clients, when they tend to procrastinate. And,
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Shocking.
You don't know that.
No.
People procrastinate?
That's crazy.
And like right now, I have a client that she's in a 7. We have about a month to go for a discharge, and she's a perfect candidate to do a short sale. But she's just kind of, we're trying to get her,
To commit.
get her to just do it.
And so when someone, but sometimes
You can lead a horse to water, but
you can't make him
force
drink.
Yeah.
And I know we had a short, brief conversation, and you said, not always does someone really need to do a bankruptcy. Like sometimes, you have consultations with people and you sit them down.
Absolutely. I file 12 to 15 cases a month on average, but I probably have 20, 25 initial meetings every month at least, and some people. My initial consultation's free, and it's no pressure. I just go over a person's options, and unless it's a day before foreclosure and I'm trying to stop it, filing 13 to save their home.
Right.
But typically, people come in and I go over their situation, and if bankruptcy isn't an option, then I talk about other.
Can you talk a little bit of when it's not a good option or when it's not a possibility for somebody to go that route to get a bankruptcy?
Well, I mean, during the recession, when times are really tough, we seem to be coming out of it now.
Sure.
A little bit. But when there was a time there in 2008 and 2009 and 10 where people come into me and they didn't have enough money to they were having a hard time keeping the lights on.
Sure.
So, at that point, it's like, you need to just worry about your necessities and then come back to me when you're doing a little better.
Yeah, when you're kind of doggy paddling a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's
They actually couldn't even afford bankruptcy.
Right.
I mean that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's a tough situation.
So it is kind of cyclical. You feel that, now that the economy is doing a little bit better, and real estate's getting a little bit better, slowly but surely. Are you seeing less demand?
Actually, it doesn't really hurt my business. In fact, I tend to, because people are people, human nature. They're going to overextend themselves. Things are going to happen. Medical emergencies happen.
Divorce.
I mean, things happen. Divorce.
Right.
That's a lot of my clients do go through divorces.
And that's what kind of leads them that way. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, going to 2 incomes to 1 is got to
Right.
be detrimental.
It hurts.
Yeah. And so anyone you say, so you have a very non-pressure consultation with anyone that wants to talk to you, right?
Yes, sir.
So they can just get a hold of you either through your website.
Yes, through my website, phone number.
Those are the best 2 ways.
Those are that's how to get a hold of me.
Great. And so,
And when you go to my website, I go through but the little person will pop up and chat with you and send me an email.
like a live link?
Yeah, I actually get
you?
exactly. It's not me. It's and I get I get an email and then I respond back.
You follow up and try to get them into the office and see if there's something you can do for
set
them.
up an appointment.
a lot of people don't know that it's free. A lot of people think that, you have to, if you're going to go sit with a lawyer, usually, I mean, every time I sit with a lawyer, it costs me money. I'm scared to call them usually.
My
you sitting
initial
with
appointments
lawyers?
are always free.
Why are you
I'm
sitting with
taking care
lawyers?
of all your parking tickets, and
Why are you taking care of my parking ticket?
someone's got to do it, man. Someone's got to do it.
True.
So, thank you so much, Chance. That was really, really good information.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you being on the show. I appreciate you talking up Josh.
I love the tie.
The tie is awesome.
Thank you.
So if
I
any,
got my inner prints today.
A fine print.
it's
Paisley.
a fine print. It's a fine print. So Chance, again, if anyone wants to get a hold of you, they can reach you at your website. It's Chance McGhee with an H. That's McGhee
Yes, sir.
law.com. So ChanceMcGheeLaw.com. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back with a short sale specialist, Josh Boggs, one of the biggest short sale agents in the state of Texas. He's going to let us know exactly what a short sale is, because a lot of people don't know what a short sale is.
Absolutely.
We're going to talk about some of the biggest myths about them as well. Stay tuned. The good stuff's coming up. This is Bobby and JJ Radio.